Right, once we have all of our spots marked, we're going to start by soldering in our Arduino Nano. When we're putting it in, we're going to make sure that the USB connection right off here is going off the edge of the board. And we're going to make sure that this leg right here is the one that's going to make it into that hole right there. Okay, so make sure that you just get it in there exactly where it should be, like that. Push it in. You'll just gently kind of work it down, and you should still see these holes that you have marked right over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over, and we're going to be soldering 2 points. We're going to solder just this leg right here, and we'll just solder this one up here, and that's just going to hold it in place for us. I'm going to tip mine sideways to work, and I'm going to tape mine down to the table. It's my preferred method. And then we'll go ahead and solder. Make sure that your tip is wiped clean with a sponge or damp rag. And I like to keep a higher angle when I'm soldering, not like this, so that'll prevent solder from crossing over to a different little island, if you will. Okay. Remember, put a little on the tip, wedge it in there so you're touching both the leg of the part and the copper island, and the solder should flow all around it like that. Now, if it does end up covering another hole, it won't be the end of the world, but we want to try to avoid that. If you moderate your solder, push, when you're feeding it in, you should be able to make it so it just covers around the hole that you're soldering. Let me do this one here. Again, I'm going to keep a higher angle, put a little solder on the tip, wedge it in there, put in a little solder, remove the solder, and then remove the iron. And those should be two good solders that are good enough to hold it in place so it doesn't fall out. Okay.